Okay, this is the PiWalletSV assembly video. You will need all of these pieces. This is the PiWallet 3D printed case. You can get these on the site. You can print them yourself. This holds the camera and the PCB and the bonnet and everything together. The lid, the button caps, and then some screws. There are 4 2.5M screws, and then 4 2M screws for the lid, and 2 2M screws for the camera. There's actually 4 screws for the camera. You can put all 4 screws in if you want to, but it only takes 2 of them to really get it secure. So the first thing we're going to do is connect the camera to the Pi board. So these little black tabs, you got to be real careful when you pull them out and you don't break them. So make sure they're pulled out, and then with the metal side down, insert the cable. And then push the black connector back down, and these are connected. You're also going to want an SD card with the image pre-flashed. That will be a separate video. You can also get all the information on the website, so make sure your card is installed. There we go. Now we want to install the camera into the case. You can see I have 2 of these 2M screws already inserted into the camera board, and we want to line them up with the 2 feet down here on the bottom. And get the screws started. Snug these up. Don't over tighten them. You can break the plastic or even crack the board. You don't want to do that. So just snug them up so that the board is tight. There we go. Now the camera comes through the hole. Now you'll see that there's a heat sink on the CPU here. That's completely optional. I put those on all the outgoing kits. So you just take a little dab of thermal glue, put it on there, and put your heat sink on. Probably a good idea to let that dry before you put it together, but mine's a little wet. It's okay. So now we got to put the PCB into the case, and you have to kind of tip it down in there a little bit from the front to get around these legs, to get around these footers for the bonnet, and then place it in there so that all the ports line up to the holes, USB ports, HDMI ports, and your 2 mounting holes on the back line up, which they do. And then we put in our 2.5mm screws in the back. I'll just kind of hold mine up to get them started. There's one. Snug these up. Again, don't over tighten them. All right, now the board's nice and snug. The SD card is in. Next is the bonnet. You can see that the bonnet has the header holes. You got to line them up with the header pins. Just make sure it's directly over the Pi Zero. They're the exact same size. Make sure the holes line up. Once they do, it presses in. There you go. And you want to take this screen protector off. Also, make sure you take the screen protector off the camera when they're brand new. They have a little one on there. Just peel that off. And then we want to put these front two screws in the bonnet. One. There's two. All right, and the last is the lid. So make sure this little rubber joystick cap is on. It just pops right off. It comes with the bonnet. Just make sure that's on there straight, all the way down. And then take your little plastic caps and just set them on top of the buttons carefully. Make sure they're aligned as close as you can get them. And then you press the lid straight down. And as you go down, make sure these buttons stay aligned. You can just kind of wiggle them and keep them aligned while you push the case down. Make sure they both click, then you know they're all good. And then we put the case screws in one at a time. One. And that's it for the assembly. There's two extra screws here. That's for the camera. Again, you can put all four in there, but it really only needs two, so I put two in. That's it for the assembly video.